On Wednesday morning, February 11, 2026, residents of Atteridgeville, a township in Pretoria, South Africa, made a disturbing discovery. They found a vehicle parked in their area with a young man's body still inside. The discovery immediately raised an alarm, and the residents quickly informed the police about what they had found. When the police arrived at the scene and began their investigation, they found something that would prove crucial to solving the case. The owner had installed a dashboard camera in the vehicle. This dashcam had been recording throughout the entire incident, capturing every terrifying moment of what had happened to the driver. The victim was identified as Isaac Satlat, a 22-year-old Nigerian student who was studying mobile engineering in South Africa. To support himself while studying, Isaac worked as an e-hailing driver for Bolt, a popular ride-hailing service similar to Uber. On that fateful Wednesday, he had received a ride request through the app and had gone to pick up the passengers, not knowing that this would be his very last trip. The dashcam footage revealed the horrifying sequence of events that led to Isaac's death. According to what was captured on camera, Isaac had picked up two passengers, a woman and a man. The woman sat in the front passenger seat beside Isaac, while the man took a seat in the back behind the driver. Everything seemed normal at first as Isaac began driving his passengers to their requested destination. But then, without warning, the situation turned deadly. The passengers suddenly began attacking Isaac while he was driving. The woman sitting in the front passenger seat launched the first attack. She began hitting and grabbing at Isaac, who had worn a seat belt and was still behind the wheel trying to drive the car. Isaac struggled desperately to maintain control of the vehicle to prevent them from crashing. He was trying to fight off his attacker while also trying to keep the car stable and safe on the road. As Isaac wrestled with the woman in the front seat, the man sitting in the back seat joined in the assault. The male passenger reached forward from behind and began strangling Isaac. The footage showed Isaac fighting for his life, struggling against both attackers at once. The woman in front held him down and restricted his movements, while the man from behind continued to strangle him. Isaac could not defend himself properly because he was trapped in the driver's seat, being attacked from both directions at once. The struggle continued for some time, with Isaac fighting desperately to survive, but he was outnumbered and overpowered. Eventually, Isaac stopped moving. The two passengers had successfully strangled him to death. After killing Isaac, the two attackers took control of the vehicle. They moved his body into the back seat and then drove it to Atteridgeville, where they abandoned both the vehicle and Isaac's body inside it before fleeing the scene. The disturbing footage quickly spread across social media platforms after the incident. The video showed the entire attack in graphic detail, and it shocked people around the world who watched it. As news of Isaac's murder spread, particularly on social media, many people began making allegations that what happened to him was a xenophobic attack. Xenophobia means hatred or prejudice against people from other countries. South Africa has a history of xenophobic violence against foreign nationals, including Nigerians, and this context led many people to believe that Isaac was targeted and killed specifically because he was Nigerian. Some people pointed to the fact that after killing Isaac, the attackers did not steal his car. They abandoned the vehicle with his body still inside. This appeared strange to many observers because if the motive was simply robbery or carjacking, why would they leave the car behind after going through the trouble of killing the driver? This detail led to the speculation that the real motive was not theft, but hatred toward foreigners. However, this xenophobia narrative was strongly countered by others, including Isaac's own family. The family came forward publicly to reject the claims that Isaac was killed because of xenophobia. Speaking through a family spokesperson and activist, the family made it clear that they believed Isaac was the victim of ordinary criminality, not a hate crime. According to the spokesperson, the family had discussed this issue extensively, particularly with Isaac's father. They had come to the conclusion that this was a typical crime that could happen to anybody, whether they were South African or not South African. It was a crime situation where criminals intended to take valuable items from their victim, not a targeted xenophobic attack. The spokesperson emphasized that Isaac's father had specifically asked that the tragedy not be turned into a Nigeria versus South Africa issue. The father did not want his son's death to become a source of conflict between the two nations or their citizens. Instead, investigators and the family believed this was a failed hijacking attempt. In South Africa, vehicle hijacking is a serious and common crime. Criminals often target e-hailing drivers because these drivers are vulnerable. They pick up strangers and drive them to isolated locations. The theory was that the attackers had planned to hijack Isaac's car but something went wrong during the attack, thereby leading to his tragic death. The South African Police Service launched a full investigation into Isaac's murder. Within days, they began making arrests. The first suspect arrested was a 25-year-old woman named Dikeledi T.S. Fela. She was arrested on Friday, February 13, 2026, just 2 days after the murder. Police believed she was one of the passengers seen attacking Isaac in the dashcam footage. The investigation continued, and the police announced that 2 more suspects had been arrested. These were 2 men, aged 30 and 26, identified as Machidi and McLaren. They were arrested and added to the case alongside the female suspect. All 3 suspects were scheduled to appear before the Pretoria Magistrates Court on Monday, February 16, 2026. They were facing serious charges, including premeditated murder, hijacking, and robbery with aggravating circumstances. When the 3 suspects appeared in court, they made a surprising decision. They abandoned their bail application, meaning they chose not to apply for bail and would remain in custody. The court postponed the matter to February 23 to allow for further investigations. The police also indicated that they were still searching for a 4th suspect believed to be involved in the crime. Isaac's family has been devastated by his death. His father had to identify his son's body at a funeral parlor, a traumatic experience that caused his blood pressure to spike dangerously to about 238. He was immediately taken to a medical center for treatment because he was almost losing his breath from the shock and grief. The family confirmed that Isaac's father has not watched the widely circulated dashcam video showing his son's murder and does not intend to ever watch it. The pain of losing his son is already unbearable without having to witness the actual moment of his death. Isaac was described by those who knew him as a creative young man who was deeply involved in his faith community. He loved music, loved modeling, and loved the church. He was a peaceful and respectful person who was simply trying to work hard to support himself while studying for a better future. Isaac's mother, who is in Nigeria, and his 2 siblings are all devastated by his killing. The family is now seeking assistance to send Isaac's body back to Nigeria so that he can be laid to rest in his hometown.
Your Worship, bail investigations is necessary. In the event they change their attitude towards bail, they should find us already. But be that as it may, I may suggest a lengthy date.
You know what they do?
As the case continues through the South African legal system, the suspects will face the full weight of the law for their alleged crimes. If convicted of premeditated murder, they could face very serious penalties. What do you think about this tragic case? Should e-hailing companies do more to protect their drivers from attacks like these? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more true crime stories. Thank you for watching and stay safe.